All right, good morning, y'all. Welcome back to Panama City. I'm Bob. This morning is Friday, September the 8th, and we're in the bay. We were headed offshore, and we made it through the pass, and it's ugly. Um, for a boat like mine, it's too rough. The Gulf is just tore up. We got almost no wind. I mean, it's beautiful, but the Gulf is acting up. So we're going to fish inshore. I did go get some pinfish out of the pinfish trap, probably 3 dozen or so. Left a bunch in it, but we'll use those tomorrow if we don't use all of these today. I also went and caught some pilchards. Could not find any menhaden. I've got my cigar minnows. I've got squid. I've got, I don't know, a bunch of frozen bait. Got enough frozen bait for sure. Red snapper's open. Gag grouper's open. Triggerfish are open. We can catch just about anything that we can keep it. Not looking to keep a whole lot of fish. I'd keep a grouper or a red snapper for sure. But I also got a new depth finder that I put on the boat. Finished putting it in yesterday. It's a new Garmin. It's a UHD2 9 SV. So this will be my first bottom machine ever that has the side view on it. I haven't adjusted any of the colors on it or anything yet. I'll get to doing that over the next couple of months once I figure out how to read everything that's on here. I did watch a video that Garmin puts out explaining all this. But I'll show you what this thing looks like and what I'm looking at here. So right now I'm running it in side view and down view. And you can see there's some fish and some bait down there. That's a piece of structure right there. Oops. That I didn't know about. And one of the things that I need to do is put a memory card in it so that it'll remember. You can mark waypoints on it and it'll put them on a card for you. But anyway, where we're at, that's St. Andrews State Park directly behind me and the pass going out to the Gulf. So we're pulling up on the sailboat wreck. This is about the time of the year that I like to fish it, or start fishing it anyway. We can catch grouper, and occasionally I'll catch red snapper on it. But usually it's got grouper on it. They're tough to get out of the wreck, but I do have mostly big equipment today. I've got one 15-pound rod, one 20-pound rod, 3 30-pound rods, 2 50-pound rods, 2 65-pound rods, and a 100-pound rod. So I think I've got the big fish covered. Don't have a lot of big bait, but I do have frozen cigar minnows that I can use and put out there. So we're going to get up here, and right now I'm just kind of easing up to it and just watching that side view and looking at all the stuff that I can see out here that I didn't know was out here. Most of it's small stuff. It's probably rocks, or it could be pieces of the wreck. I don't know what it is, but it's very interesting. It doesn't really show you fish. You can see fish if they're big fish, but they just kind of look like little white specks on there. I do have a memory card with me, so I'll put it in once I get up here and get set up. But I've never had a bottom machine with a side finder on it or side view on it. Most of the places that I've ever fished, I really didn't need it, and I don't know that I absolutely need it here, but it's just another tool to help me find places to fish. And that's the main reason that I got it, was to help me find spots. We do have an outgoing tide this morning, and like I said, there's not much wind, almost none. And I'll show you what this wreck looks like on the depth finder. So this right up in here is the wreck. You can see it on this side right here. That's looking straight down. We're coming up on the edge of it. But that's what it looks like on the bottom machine, on the side image. And since it's a touchscreen, I need to keep my fingers off of it. Sometimes it's difficult to do that. Someone asked me in the last video, or after the last video that I posted, about the swing jigs that I use. And so this is what they look like in the pack. It's a pivot head, ultra head jig. It's got a 5/0 worm offset shank worm hook on it. So they're obviously for fresh water, is what they were designed for. And what I do is I take that 5/0 hook off. It's got a split ring on it, so I take it off the split ring, and I put either 2/0, 3/0, or 5/0 Mustad Demon Perfect circle hooks. Most of what I fish for out here, you got to use a circle hook, and so I just change the hook out, put a circle hook on it. Depending on what it is I'm trying to catch, that's the size hook that I'll use. I use more 3/0 than I do any others, but I've got some with 5/0 that I use for snapper and stuff like that too. But 3/0 is a good size for your mangroves, your lanes, your beeliners, your triggers, stuff like that. So, but that's what it is. It's a pivot head jig, and Pat got them for me. Pat's fished with me a couple of times, 3 or 4 times, but I think these are made by Owner, but because it says Owner American Corporation on the back of it, so I'm assuming that they're made by Owner. But they do have Owner hooks on them, and I'll use those hooks in. I've got some plastic baits that have shaped like squid, and I'll use them in that for grouper, snapper, redfish, anything that'll bite a squid. I also use them in swim baits, big swim baits, if I'm fishing for redfish or something up in the shallows, which I don't do a whole lot of. But so I don't throw the hooks away. I keep the hooks, but I just take the hooks off of those jigs and put a circle hook on them for the type of fishing that I do the majority of the time. Just a big catfish. Oh, there's a red snapper finally. Small one, but it's red. Apparently I know how to find catfish. So we're about to get a little bit of rain. I'm going to put my rain suit on. Wasn't expecting rain. But apparently we're going to get it.
Oh my gosh, yeah. You got the one that I want.
That's the
That's the one that I want. I was just looking at the screen, you know, checking out your screen on it.
Yeah, it's an Echo Map UHD2.
With the, would you send that link to me when you get back home?
Sure.
If you don't forget the same one to make sure. So you got the one, golly, look at your bottom. That looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can see I haven't adjusted the color palette.
No, you haven't. Yeah. This one, you can see it on this one. Check this one out.
The blue runner that is now going to be bait. Little snapper. Not quite the size we're looking for. Oh. I hate it when that happens. And I'm sitting out here in 58 feet of water. I'm right on the edge of the shipping channel. Pipeline's behind me, probably, I don't know, 20 feet, 30 feet, something like that. There's a pretty good current, so the current's taking me down to the pipeline. Catfish. I swear I can't get away from them. All right, I'm gonna call it a day. It hasn't been a splendiferous day. It's been tough. Started off calm, almost no wind. It's absolutely beautiful. Tried to go offshore and the waves were horrible. They were running 3+ constant. It was bad. So we stayed inshore. We caught a few fish, but got broke off a couple of times. But now the wind is blowing 15 to 20 out of the east-southeast, and the bay's white capping. So I'm gonna go to the house, and we'll try it again tomorrow. I don't know, maybe tomorrow the weather will be better. I don't know. We'll see. I appreciate you joining me. Hope you learned something. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell if you want to get notified when I release new videos. And we'll see you tomorrow.